tachyon pulse has been unable to completely penetrate the anomaly.
Now, I have a question for you. Phaser to the head. Best bad Star Trek episode. Because I'll be honest, there's a lot to choose from. But I think I'm gonna pick DS9, the stupid game, the Ala Moraine.
Oh yeah, no, I've got an even worse. Mine's TNG.
Okay.
And it's Where Crusher Bonks a Ghost. I do know the title and I've forgotten it.
Something about a candle.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I do know it because it's brought up quite a lot. Somebody in the comments.
Someone's got it. It's a legendary one.
An awful episode. It's always the one that jumps to mind whenever somebody says what's a really bad episode of stuff. Excluding New Trek, because I would obviously do Subspace.
Do you think Masks is a bad episode or a good episode? I found people are of two minds on that, because they go for it. Yeah, and the fact that he did it so soon after Fistful of Datas, he had to do all these characters. But I recently watched it like a while back, and I was just like, "What is this episode? What were they doing?"
No, I hate that one. The one where Diana Troy gets cut up as a cake, and then
my god, the Data having dreams.
That's not a great episode either. I felt the seventh season of TNG, they sort of they had a few episodes. It was more for the cast and the thing than anything else. And the writers are allowed to play around a bit more, which you get quite a lot in series, really. When you get to the seventh season, they're like, we've got nothing to lose now. We can play with this a little bit. And there's a few episodes in there you go, this isn't good.
Sub Rosa, that's it.
Yeah, Sub Rosa.
Goes there.
God, that's a terrible episode of. I should have remembered that because I've got a friend called Rosa. Anyway, it's a terrible episode of Star Trek.
Bates McFadden, excellent in it, but
But if you're doing 24, 25, 26 episodes, there's going to be some not great episodes in there. So I mean, you're not going to hit with everything. And then you got the odd episode, like I want to call it Conspiracy, but I'm not sure that's what it's called. Towards the end of the first season, with the aliens.
That guy.
I think it was called Conspiracy.
I think that's right.
I think it was the only really episode in the first season I really loved. It was, for me, that was the episode that made me go. I was enjoying it. Don't get around watching Star Trek again. That was the episode that made me go, I can't wait for this next episode. That was amazing. And I just love how Picard was like, "Ooh, evil, dead," rather than we should try and talk to him. But rather than being Star Trekky, they were just like, "Kill."
Yeah.
Which I'd love.
Absolutely relatable reaction. Yeah. Also, shout out to James in the chat who talks about Warp 10 Lizards.
Warp 10 Lizards was not a good episode.
It was not. I mean, but here's the thing. I thought for sure Lower Decks was going to bring back the salamander babies, because they made it very clear.
Did eventually.
That. Oh wait, did they?
I'm sure they did in the last season, didn't they? They joked about it once or twice. With
they joked about it. I thought they were actually going to show up, though.
They had mock-ups of the salamanders in one of the exhibitions. Was the salamanders? Yeah.
Yep.
That was terrible. But there's no episode of this Lower Decks that's terrible. They're all brilliant. I love Lower Decks, but
our tachyon pulse has been unable to completely penetrate the anomaly.